Hello everyone and welcome back to Creation Myths. Now my real job, has been super busy lately, which is why we're going to do something a little bit different this week, which is why we're doing this first, right? So instead of some kind of detailed rebuttal of some creationist nonsense or a deeply researched explanation of why some creationist argument is wrong, this week I'm going to issue a challenge to creationists. And here's why. Creationists love to demand evidence for evolution. I should really do a creation trick video on this whole thing at some point. You've all seen, if you're familiar with the way the evolution creation debate goes on the internet, and especially on YouTube, you're familiar with the kind of thing that I'm thinking about here. Give me the best evidence for evolution. Bring the evidence. Debate. Is there evidence for evolution? Stuff like that. You've seen that a million times on a bunch of different channels. You have creationists demanding evidence for evolution, and then the evolutionists basically have to defend a robustly supported scientific model in the face of generally uninformed nonsense. Now, I think that whole approach is dishonest. I think that's dishonest framing. I don't think there's anything outlandish about saying that. Evolution is the established scientific consensus. It is the established theory of biological origins, and in science, theory is the highest level of certainty. That means there's lots of evidence for evolution. Evolutionary theory has made lots of accurate predictions, and then it leads to new hypotheses with new predictions that subsequently prove to be accurate. So creationists, if you think evolution is wrong, you need an alternative model with more support than the evidence that we already have for evolution, not just a series of half-baked arguments against evolution and your willingness to stick your head in the sand and ignore all that evidence for it. So creationists, if you think you have the goods, that's great. Convince the rest of us. If you want to sit at the grown-ups table, act like it. Put together a coherent, explanatory model for whatever your version of creation is. So here's the challenge for creationists. This week, during my usual 9 p.m. Wednesday slot, so that's going to be Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, 9 p.m. Eastern, bring your best evidence for creation, whatever you've got. But we're only going to talk about your evidence for creation. We're not going to bother with your supposed problems with evolution. We're only going to cover the affirmative evidence that you claim exists for creation if you can produce any. I'll make the link to join the stream public, and anybody who wants to jump in is welcome to try. But again, it's going to be reserved for creationists to defend their model. Now look, I'm realistic about these things. Do I actually think any creationists are going to step up and try to defend a creation model rather than attack the evolution model? Honestly, no. Given that I'm reasonably well known around the YouTube creationist circles, the fact that nobody will be willing to defend their model will say plenty about their confidence in their own evidence, right? So we'll have plenty to talk about if no one shows up, which is what I expect to happen. I also have a backup plan that I think everybody will appreciate, although it probably won't be quite as entertaining as creationists trying to defend their own ideas, which I think is what we're going to end up doing, but I'll keep that under wraps for now. So creationists, again, that's Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. The YouTube link to that video is in the description, and the stream link will be shared publicly on Wednesday. Bring your best evidence for creation for a change. So that's it. That is your challenge. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope to see you all right back here 2 days from now, as I record this, on Wednesday, October 1st, 2025, where hopefully some creationists will try to provide some evidence for their model for a change. Thanks for watching. See you then.